going next, guys? So up next, we've got the power rankings. I've got the little handy dandy power rankings list here that I've gone ahead and created. I apologize for the ads and everything right now. And again, power rankings this early could be a little laughable, but we got to do it. We're going to do it every week. Every week we're going to have a power rankings for the week, where I think teams are. Again, no matter how many games they've played or won or lost, I'm going to base it upon how I think they look and what they can do. And meanwhile, while this is going on, Anaheim is up 2-0 against the New Jersey Devils. So not looking very good for the Devils team that we briefly talked about. Not looking very good. But power rankings, top 10. Number 1 on my list, if I can find them here. There's a bunch of teams and there are a lot of duplicates. I did not actually make this board, so I got to find them. We've got the St. Louis Blues. Again, you might be like, the Blues? How or why the Blues? Again, they've only played one game, but they have looked very good. Front end, O'Reilly looks good. Kyrou looks good. They've got a lot of good players on the back end. Krug, you've got Falk. They all look great. Bennington looking very good between the pipes. So really intrigued about the Blues. Again, it's only been one game, but they look very deep. Colton Parayko, very shut down defenseman. Big fight on the ice right now between the Canucks and Blue Jackets. Canucks are up 2-0. Blue Jackets got to get something going in that game. But the Blues, very solid team. I look for them to win their next couple of games. Maybe go, let's say, since they have one win, they'll be, let's say, 4-2, 5-2 by time. Probably 4-2 by time we catch in next time on the Blues, and they could end up moving up this list depending on what other teams are doing on it. Next up on my top 10 list, we've got the Detroit Red Wings, man. They are young. They are hungry. They look good. Husso has looked amazing between the pipes. Nedeljkovic has looked good. Mo Seider on the back end has looked extremely good. Very talented offensively and defensively. He has looked very good. I want to go over actually to team stats right now just to show you guys the Detroit Red Wings and why I'm pretty high on them. I don't have them making the playoffs, but I'm high on them. Perron, Larkin, Sundqvist. Even Olimata getting up there in the points. 4 points for him. Michael Rasmussen looking very good. Kubalik, Verana, Lucas Raymond only having 2 assists, but the year is still young. Andrew Kopp, I think, is one who's got to pick it up a little bit more over the next 3 games. I expect him to get some more goals. Seider, again, no points, but he's looked very, very good on the back end. So Perron, Larkin leading the way for the Red Wings. And that's why we've got them at number 9. They've just looked very good against decent competition. So they're not winning pushover games, and that's why we've got them at number 9. Coming in next at number 8, it was a little bit of a toss-up between these next 2 teams, but I've got the Pittsburgh Penguins. Again, they've started off the year strong. Crosby, Gensel, Rust, Malkin, Zucker. The list goes on and on. On the back end, you've got Petrie, Letang, you've Dumoulin. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders. Tristan Jarry playing very well. Casey DeSmith did play last night. They did lose to the Montreal Canadiens in overtime, so they technically got a point out of that game. They were up 2-0. Malkin had a great game. 2 goals in the second period for himself, and they couldn't hold on, and that's typically what they do in Montreal. So unfortunate for them. Apologize for the dog barking in the background if you guys can hear that. I believe someone is home, but we've got the Penguins at number 8. They were a little bit higher on my list before they played last night, but then they played and then they lost to the Montreal Canadiens. So tough for them there, but we've got them at number 8. Moving now on our list is the next team, the New York Rangers. They looked very, very good the other night, actually last night to be a matter of fact. They looked very good, but the loss to the Jets showed a little bit to me some of their issues that they could have throughout the season on the back end and in their defensive zone. But other than that, they are a very, very talented offensive team that could cause a lot of problems for a lot of teams this upcoming season. Plus, you've got Shesterkin between the pipes, Halak, a competent backup, but it will be interesting the games he does play if they will be able to win the majority of those while he is between the pipes. So we've got the Rangers at number 7. Coming in at number 6 on my power rankings, we've got the Dallas Stars. Again, 2 games played. They've looked very, very good. We already went over their stats and how they've been performing so far this year. I think the biggest thing for them, Jake Ottinger is a star. Pun intended. He is a superstar between the pipes right now. 2nd year in the league. He's got to step up even more. So it'll be interesting to see his progression, how things go, and where the Stars go. Because, again, you've got some offensive talent right now. And you've got some older players. Again, Jamie Benn hasn't really done much this year. But Tyler Seguin, again, Robinson, you've got Rupo Hintz. You've got a bunch of other guys. You've got Heiskanen on the back end. So Stars looking very good. We'll be interested to see this time next week if they will be still in our top 10 or even higher. But, man, they are going to be a tough team to play against. So we've got them at number 6. Coming in at number 5, a team we were just talking about a little bit ago, the Boston Bruins. Offensively looking very good. Krejci, Pasternak, Bergeron. You've got DeBrusk, Taylor Hall on the back end. You've got guys just stepping up, playing great hockey, swimming between the pipes. Again, honestly, the Bruins have kind of shocked me. They're at the top of the division right now. They are technically down 2-0 tonight, but that has nothing to do with their first week impact and what they've done so far. So we've got them at number 5. If they can continue to do this, we can see them in the top 5 for the next couple of weeks. So Bruins at 5, if they can stay offensively dominant and very stout in their D zone. Let's see here. Coming in at number 4 in the Western Conference, we've got the Vegas Golden Knights. They've looked extremely good so far. I do actually want to pull up their team stats it's pretty impressive so far with some of their guys getting involved. Marchessault, 3 points. Eichel, 3 points. Again, they've only played 2 games, so guys with 3 points in 2 games, pretty impressive. Chandler Stevenson, Pietrangelo, Theodore, Carlson, Stone, Smith. They're playing great. Plus the not resurgence, but the coming out party for Logan Thompson between the pipes has been absolutely on fire. So, man, oh man, Golden Knights are at 4 for us. They could be even higher, but as of right now, they are in the Pacific. 3 games, 3 wins. If they can keep that up, look out. They've got the Avs this week, so that'll actually be a fun game to watch. Will be one that we will want to definitely tune into to see how the teams play, because they could see each other in the playoffs later this year. So that's why we've got the Golden Knights at number 4. Moving on to number 3 in the Eastern Conference, the Carolina Hurricanes. They have played some great hockey so far this year. Again, still early. Things could change. Injuries could happen. But the Carolina Hurricanes 3-0 so far in the always so difficult Metropolitan Division. Again, you've got some top guys playing some top minutes, playing some very solid hockey right now. Just pulling up the team stats. Svechnikov, 5 points. Nishes, 5 points. Aho, 4 points. Jarvis, 2. Martinook actually has 2. Brady Shea looks like he's stepping up and taking more of an offensive role now that, what's his face, who went to the Flyers, drawing a blank on his name. Tony DeAngelo has left, so he's stepping up. You've got Kakanyemi, Brett Pesce, Derek Stepan, Paul Stastny. Again, they look very good in the defensive zone, and that is easily explainable due to the fact Rob Brindamore, absolutely bringing them together as a team. They are always going to be a solid regular season team with him. Playing great hockey, plus they've got the goaltender between the pipes with Freddie Anderson playing great hockey. So that's why we've got the Carolina Hurricanes at number 3. Coming in at number 2, I know that they did lose to the Calgary Flames, but the Colorado Avalanche still look elite. Look out for them. They are a very solid team. Not one to be messing around with. Currently, they sit in the league technically 9th on the NHL standing stats. But man, they look good. Almost 5 goals a game, only about 3 goals against per game. They look very good again with McKinnon. Let's just pull up their stats to do them justice, because I don't want to be guessing at their stats right now. McKinnon 7 points, Natushkin 6 points, Rantanen 6, Lehkonen 4, Cale Makar 4, it starts to tailor off there, but they've got multiple guys with 2 points, multiple guys with 1 point, and then they've got Georgiev in between the pipes, who is playing unbelievable hockey. I'm sure the only people who would have thought that would have been possible are diehard Avs fans and Rangers fans who saw him play very solid hockey over the past couple seasons as the 1B goaltender for the New York Rangers behind Shesterkin. So look out for the Avs. They've got some big games coming up. I know I did mention like literally 3 minutes ago that they are playing the Vegas Golden Knights next. So that'll be an interesting one to see what they can do moving forward. In later this week, let's say they come out and they win 3 games. We might be seeing them as the number 1 team in the power rankings. But our number 1 team in the power rankings, who actually did beat the Colorado Avalanche this week, are the Calgary Flames. They look absolutely unbelievable with the additions that they have made, the players that they have brought in. Again, I know I talked about their stats earlier, and I know I kind of got on a little bit of a tangent with them while we were actually covering the Central Division. But the Calgary Flames, man, not a whole lot of points, but the points are spread out well. Very solid defensively. A lot of stats that don't show up on the stat sheet. The eye test, defensive zone toughness, positioning. You've got their systems. They look very stout. Again, that's Sutter's team. He knows how to coach them up, and they've played absolutely amazing. Kadri looks like he's at home in Calgary. Anderson looks great on the back end. You've got Michael Stone, who's been actually playing very well for them. Mackenzie Weegar looks like he's getting a little bit more comfortable. I know he's had some preseason time with them, but he looks good. Richie actually looks good on the ice, and that's hard to say considering the fact that with Boston, I'd say the last time he looked good was with the Boston Bruins the first year with them. And then he had some stops in Arizona and Toronto where he didn't really look at home. But I think he might have found a team that appreciates his type of game more with the Calgary Flames. And I think Jonathan Huberdeau, he'll need to step it up a little bit more. But, I mean, the Calgary Flames are a tough team. Markstrom between the pipes playing great hockey. But that right there is our first top 10 power rankings of the season. Calgary, Avs, Canes, Golden Knights, Bruins, Stars, Rangers, Penguins, Red Wings, and St. Louis Blues. Looks like, actually, as we're talking right now, Ottawa is now up 3-0. There could even be more on the Boston Bruins. We've got NHL on the fly on in the background right now, but that is the top 10 for the power rankings. It could change this week. Teams could slide out. Teams could slide in to the power rankings. Teams could move up. We'll have to wait and see when it comes to next week and where teams stand then. I'd say at that point we'll have a little bit more of a sample size in what teams are going to be doing this upcoming season, but I still don't think it's going to be a big enough sample size to write teams out and sort of start settling into, okay, these are going to be our top dog teams. Unless somebody's still undefeated by next week, like the Calgary Flames, Carolina Hurricanes, Vegas Golden Knights. If they are still undefeated, that might be the case of, okay, this team might be here for a little while.